Bingo, easy. What it do, y'all? I appreciate you. Appreciate you, Brent. I already trust. I already trust and know. I already trust it. Damn, let me turn this light off. I already know the success story is coming. The success story is already here. You know what I consider the success? I consider the success the moment you say, oh, dang, you're right. That is the success right there. Because that clicking, okay, is the manifestation. That is the miracle. From that miracle, now everything can be added to you. All right? That is the effing miracle. Knowing that you are the miracle is the miracle. All right? I'm trying so hard to impregnate all that you say. It seems so hard to believe it, though. Well, that's because you're trying to believe it instead of just knowing it. Right? When you try to believe something, of course it's going to be difficult. Sitting around trying to believe something. Right? Stop trying to be worthy. Stop trying. Just know that you are already everything that you desire to be. How you doing? How you doing?
I'm getting on here first. Hey.
What's up?
How are you tonight? I'm good.
Oh, I'm great. I'm great. I'm always blessed. I'm always blessed.
Nice. I'm trying to be where you at.
You already are.
So, yesterday you was saying something about, the unfolding and that being separation, right? Because the way you explained it, I might need you to do a little bit more explaining, please.
Okay.
Because, I've been saying I'm in the unfolding, but I don't want to stay in the unfolding because this unfolding is testing me.
Okay.
It's a little testing. It's a little scary over here.
Explain it to me.
So I use my car for work.
Okay.
And the girl she acting fried, right? And I'm just like, okay, I don't want to say something that's
It's okay.
unraveling.
It's okay. You have final say so in your story, right? You can explain it without taking the identity of it.
Okay. So the way it's showing up right now is still waiting for funds to come, so I don't have to continue doing Instacart.
Mm-hmm.
And but right now, the only way I've been making money is through Instacart. My car's bugging out, and I ain't got the money to take care of the car. And I'm like, all those stories have like ended, they're finished. I don't have to borrow money from people anymore. I can't anyway. And there's no more recycling of the old crap, but yet I'm still dealing with this car issue, which is.
I got you. So, how do you see yourself in the midst of all this? And I ask this because I really want to just get to the core of who you are.
Lately, I've been really falling in love with myself and who I am, my God self, and just really being. Because I even just looked at myself recently. I was like, I used to really feel like who I was not the shit. I'm the shit. I'm like.
You are.
To really actually be good is like, it feels so good. I feel like I'm driving down the Pacific Coast Highway and the breeze is hitting me and it just feels so good. Yeah. And then I look outside and I'm like, ain't this a bitch?
Whoa.
This don't feel like it matches how I feel or who I am. Like, I don't, and I'm not mad about it. I'm not mad anymore. I'm just, maybe I'll say a little, can I say I'm a little concerned?
Yeah, that's fine.
And before I talked to you, not the last time, the time before that, I was really trying to use meditation as a way to, because before I was feeling a lot of anxiety and all that shit, and we had our first conversation. I don't even feel that shit anymore. I don't feel like before everything rattled me to my core, and now I'm I'm just like, okay, I've been through enough stuff to know that I'll always make it through.
Right.
But I don't want to keep going through that same cycle. Right? So I said, okay, that is
What
a past history.
what makes you think what makes you think that going through that old cycle is even possible from the vantage point or from the awareness that you are right now?
Because well, like I'm telling myself this current car situation is the way out of that storyline.
Well,
Unfolding storyline. Because you said if something happens after you've made that decision, right?
Yeah.
Then it's a part of the unfolding.
yeah, absolutely. It absolutely is, right? That's a part of the unfolding, but it's a part of the unfolding. But how do you see yourself as all that? So even when we talk about you falling in love with yourself, right? Is that a process, or do you simply know that you are the fulfillment right now?
I ain't doing processes no more. It just is. Like,
Okay.
I'm healthy now.
Gotcha. All right, cool. So you are right now the absolute perfection within the situation. Knowing that you are the perfection within the situation, that makes the situation conform to you. Reality is not separate from you, right? So even the perception that, you know what I'm saying? We're gonna take one step further, right? Because yes, reality is the unfolding. But what reality is actually doing in the quote unquote unfolding is it's actually just matching you. It's rearranging to match who you are, right? So there's really no separation. Are you clear? Are you good with that point?
I feel like I'm missing something.
Well, it's the feeling that you're missing something that is kind of.
I mean, what you're saying right now.
Gotcha. What part?
I don't feel like I'm personally just in what you're like. I don't. Something's not clicking just yet.
All right. Ask me something else then.
Like something else entirely different.
Well, no. I mean, if you needed clarity on that, I just want to know what part is not clicking.
Because it still feels like. It still seems like a process.
What part? The external world or you? I'm assuming you're talking about the external world.
External, yeah.
It seems like a process because it isn't reflecting you right now. How do you perceive the external world as in terms of how it relates to you? Because one thing I'll constantly tell y'all is what the more that you see the external world is separate than you, well, of course it takes longer because you see it as this opposite entity, but it's not separate than you. You definitely feel separate from it.
Yeah.
Well, okay, so how do we change that, right? The same way that you have to come into the recognition that you are source.
It feels like, yeah, because I'm source, but this shit ain't me.
But it's source as well. You're condemning it like it's some thing that you don't like, like it's some part of you that you're casting out of yourself, right?
Yeah, it's like, ew.
That's the problem, right?
No, it's beneath me. Oh, okay, yes.
But it's not. It's you. It is you. But
Are you saying I'm beneath me? Am I saying I'm beneath? Wait, whoa.
Think about what you're saying, okay? Reality is you. So you casting it off and you trying not to engage with it and you chastising it, right? Is what are you actually doing to yourself? You're doing the same thing to yourself. It has every single situation that you see has a right to exist. When I say it's all unfolding, I'm not saying to demonize some things and be like, oh, God damn, hurry up and change. I mean, everything is an absolute perfect reflection of you. And within even the situation that you're in right now, if you look through it, all of God is in that situation. So you trying to cast off that and push it away and demonize it is you trying to cast off God. And God, all of God is in the thing that you want as well. So it's about looking at all of it as absolute perfect, but still making a choice on what you want and moving forward from that. You don't have to push it away. It might not be your preference, but it's not bad. Mm-hmm. And so now the same way that you accepted that you are source is the same way that you accept that you are reality. And so instead of it being a process to change you to match or to match source, like you're going through this journey to become more divine, instead of going through that, right? Just like the same way that you're looking at reality as some process to get through, something to get through, begin to look at it as yourself. No, this is just me. All right. And I am the perfection within this one frame or this one vision, this one picture that I'm seeing at this moment. And when I stay in the knowing that I am the perfection, it must immediately change to start giving me more perfection as well, because it's just me.
Say more, because I'm in this parking lot and I'm like, this shit is ugly.
Why is it ugly? Because it's not your preference, right?
No, the floor is nasty. There's cuckoo people in here. There's always a homeless person. I don't need this shit.
Okay. All right. Cool. Well, everything in there still has a right to exist, though. It's still.
Yes, it does. Absolutely. The dirt and all.
Mm-hmm. The dirt and all. Yeah, the dirt and all. Everything that's on the floor, it all has a right to exist. It's all still God, right? It's not about accepting these things as if it's something that you
Why do I
want.
have to see it again? Why do I gotta see it?
You don't. Reality can change like that. It can change overnight. You don't know what can happen. You don't know what can happen. All I'm saying is that instead of demonizing these things as if it's some, could you hear me the whole time?
Yeah, I can hear you.
All right, perfect. So I'm not saying it, you don't have to endure it, right? Y'all hear this because this is a gem right here, right? We often think reality is something that we have to survive or endure or just tolerate for a little bit, right? So instead of focusing on what we actually love, as we walk through whatever we see out there and still accept that even though we don't like what we see out there, it is still perfect and it's still morphing to match who I truly am. We start to look at the situation that we are in from the eyes of pure lack. Like, oh, this can't be it. I can't stand this. I have to get out of this quickly. When this moment that you're in, it's you that you have to be focused on. It's you that is the perfection. That situation is just fading away. Allow it to fade away while you stay in love with what you want in that storm. That situation is still perfect. Stop trying to push it away and think that it doesn't deserve to be there. Because even that is what? It's interacting with it. It's you giving it power. It's basically you saying, I am only who I say I am if reality shows me it. You have to decide that you are that person no matter what. You have to make it unconditional, beyond your logic. Therefore, reality can unconditionally show you that as well, right? Because if you make it conditional, I'm only this if reality shows me this, well, then guess what? You're saying I am not, and reality has to continue to give you what you're being, which is I am not. So accept that this can exist. It's perfect. But even in this, I am still everything I desire to be. No matter what it looks like, I'm still everything that I desire to be. And allow it to unfold perfectly from there.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna go and listen to this again tonight and process Pete.
Absolutely. You got this, right? Like the old reality, it has to fade away. This is the law. You don't have to fight against it. You can just look at it, observe it. It has no power anymore. It's already fading away. It's almost dissolved already. You don't have to judge it as right or wrong. Just judge it as something that's not your preference. But all of God is in it still. Let it fade away. Stay in the knowing of who you are and your absolute perfection, that you are the perfection within this storm, and reality has to unfold. It has to reflect for you. It's just law.
Okay.
Make sense?
Yes.
Perfect.
When you say, are you talking about Eckhart Tolle when you say Meister, who was you talking about?
Meister Eckhart? Yeah.
You talking about Eckhart Tolle?
Well, no.
Why are you calling him Meister?
It's a title.
I'm just wondering, I never heard that before, so I'm like, is it just something you're calling him?
Yeah, he's a theologian. Meister Eckhart. He was a religious kind of like philosopher, mystic type. This is not Eckhart Tolle. It's a different person. This person was,
Okay.
yeah. This person. I just thought y'all can't even see the screen anymore because y'all on TikTok. My bad. But anyways, he was like a Catholic mystic basically back in the day. Yeah. So he's a different person. Too, if I say Eckhart Tolle, it's Eckhart Tolle, but Meister Eckhart is different.
Okay. Alright, thank you. I do have another question to come to you with, but I'm either gonna try and jump back on or catch you tomorrow.
Absolutely.
But it's about meditation.
Absolutely.
Remember me.
I got you. I
Thank
got
you.
you. Thank you. I appreciate you.
See you later.
Later.
No, good evening.
What's up? What's up? Good evening.
How are you?
I'm always blessed. How you doing?
I'm doing okay. I'm doing good.
Wonderful. Wonderful. What you got going on?
Question.
Yeah.
So, what are your thoughts about, or what would you say about? So let's say that you feel that you've been into the knowing for, I guess I'll say for a couple of weeks or 2 months or so, right?
Mm-hmm.
But you have not seen, I guess, quote unquote, anything being reflected back on your 3D. And I was hearing another content creator that was talking about, like, he kind of explained it as of, it's like you going to the gym for 6 months and saying, oh, I've been doing the right thing for 6 months, but I haven't lost any weight, right? So he kind of like went into like that example as like, well, you cannot say you've actually been going to the gym, doing everything that you have to do, and you haven't lost weight in 6 months. There's something there that you're not doing properly, right? So like it kind of just kind of brought it back to me. It's like, you know, because like that's the thing that I guess since it's new to me to feel like that I've been more in the knowing than in the doubt, I guess, itself. Whenever I hear stuff like that, I'm like, well, am I doing anything wrong? Because of the example that he gave is like me as a person that goes to the gym, like I can see results within 2 to 3 months if I really change my you know, the way of working out and the way that I'm eating and all that, right? So it kind of just clicked there, and I'm just like, okay. I just kind of sit with it. I just kind of been into like, well, am I thinking I'm doing something right, but in reality, probably I am focusing on something that I'm not supposed to be focusing in.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, it's not about doing, right? Remember, what do I have to do is always going to be the wrong. Mute me. Yeah. What am I doing is always going to be the wrong question. You're not doing anything wrong, but your focus is on the wrong things. The moment that I hear y'all say that I've been doing all these things right, but nothing has changed out there, I already know the answer. It's the same answer I constantly am going to give y'all, right? It's because what you're doing is you're making who you are conditional. You're saying, I am only this person that I say I am if reality shows me these exact things and these exact signs. So basically, you're making it conditional, so you're saying, I am not. It's not about doing anything right or wrong. Like, what is right? What is wrong? The right or wrong thing is you making the choice that you are who you say you are. And if you make that choice that you are who you say you are, with your consciousness on you, remember, like this is how I started this discussion. Let me say this one more time. Right, for anybody that didn't hear this the first time. You are the miracle. Okay, you are the manifestation. You are God being made manifest into human form. You are the Spirit of God with an identity. You are the universe with a fucking name. Think about that. Okay, and so everything that you desire is already you. The more that you're looking out there for things to show you who you already are, the more you are simply affirming that you are not it. It's not about sitting around and saying, oh, because I've done this, then these things are going to show up for me. It's about knowing who you are unconditionally. It's about resting in that knowing. This is why it says, be still and know that I am God. It doesn't say be still and then know that I am God and look out there for examples. Right? You have to Put your consciousness and focus on you. You have to become unconditionally that person that you say you are. Now reality can follow you. The more you're waiting on reality to show you something, and remember, identity first, circumstance second. So I can't say I am this person and then be like, oh, if reality's not showing me, I'm doing it wrong. Well, are you that person or not? Or are you simply that person if reality tells you that you are that person, right? Because even now you're saying, all right, I am that person, but maybe I'm doing something wrong, right? What are you affirming? By doing that, you're affirming that I am this person if reality shows me this. I need that external validation. So the more we're looking for things outside of us instead of keeping our consciousness on ourselves, the more we're denying ourselves of the experiences that we actually want. It's about realizing you are the fulfillment. Like I would be very curious on what this person meant by you were doing something wrong. Like with a process or technique.
I guess whatever you were being aware of, or like whatever, like, you know, I guess where were your awareness was at, or what were you claiming to be, you know, and yeah, I mean, but I think that, I mean, that's what he was talking about. It's like if you're saying you're being this new identity, right? But then you're going to the gym, you know, and yeah, you may go get in the treadmill for a mile, but then you're eating like crap and then really not putting in much work, then you're really not going to see results because you're doing some of it, but you're not doing all of it, right? So, like I said, for me, I feel like where I've been right now, it's like the best that I've ever been in this new identity that I am choosing to be, right?
Okay.
I feel that's how I truly feel. But when the doubt comes in and the little time period wants to kind of sneak up on me, this is like the things that kind of made me like, okay, like, am I thinking I'm doing something wrong and right, and I'm not probably doing it right? But then again, you know, then I sometimes go back. It's like, if I think when I'm doing it right, then it has to be right, right?
Exactly.
But it just kind of like, it goes there just because of, you know, like I
Overconsumption.
said, I feel like this is the more firm that I've been on this. And
Yeah.
it's just like, I feel like before when I was like back and forth shifting between doubt and fear and all this stuff, like there was, I guess, you know, more movement on my 3D. Right now it's just like birds, right? But I'm not saying that just because I don't see anything in the physical world, like, doesn't mean that nothing's happening. I know everything's moving and it has to shift because I'm shifting, right?
Yeah.
But it's just like, I guess, I don't know, it's just kind of when I sit with myself, it's just kind of like that, like, okay, am I truly doing something right, you know, and nothing's changing, right?
Yeah.
So it's just like, you know, like, I understand, like, I feel like I do understand everything, like, behind all this and whatnot, but it's new to me, so it's like, okay, like, how long should it take to figure out
Okay.
what's going on?
So
And
basically,
hear other
hold
things.
up. So basically, you're doing all these things to get something. So when you were doing the techniques, it was to get something. Now you're doing less techniques to get something. All right, remember, this is not a technique. Okay? You remembering who you are is knowing that you are already everything you desire to be. Now all those things can be added to you as a byproduct. It's not just sitting around and saying that I am everything and then looking around for proof. It's knowing that you are the proof. You are the manifestation. And from that knowing, when you take your eyes off the external world and you stop asking questions like, when is it coming? All of those make it conditional. Are you that person or not? If you truly rest in the knowing that you are that person, you don't need to keep looking out there. It doesn't matter the time because you are already it, so it must show up. And this is when it shows up overnight. This is when it shows up in minutes, in days, in quick amounts of time, because you stop looking for it and you stop judging things. Like you're basically saying, okay, I am in this identity, but you're judging what you're doing as right and wrong based on what reality is showing you. When reality is just you. It's just you. It's just an extension of you. So even you judging it as saying, oh, nothing is showing up, is basically you saying I'm not that person that I desire to be because reality is not showing me it. But reality is just you. Keep your focus on yourself. You're not doing anything wrong, except looking out at reality too damn much. All right? How are you letting people shake your confidence and knowing of who you are? How are you letting reality, something temporary that is changing every day and every moment, determine who you are? How are you allowing your feelings that change from moment to moment, day to day, determine who you are? You are already everything you desire to be. Ouch.
I'm listening and I'm processing.
Absolutely. That's all I have to say. Go ahead.
The thing about it is like that I like, let's say for instance, even when I go in doubt and like I want to look at the 3D, or I feel like I need something, or I need that something to be happy or to be fulfilled, like I know that that's not how it is. I know that I am fulfillment itself, right? Like I feel like it's like I literally yesterday as I was talking to when a coach, I was telling him like this whole time, like I started this trying to manifest somebody, and I ended up manifesting myself back, right? Because this is like the most that I've been fulfilled within myself, right?
Yeah.
But like I said, I don't know. I feel like I've been more like where I'm really like I try my best to not look in the outside and kind of look for validation, or and even when I want to, or my ego mind wants to go there, like I remind myself that that's just not how it is, that I am fulfillment itself, that I am okay, and I kind of stick there and I go on about my day, my days, my weeks, and my doubt comes in, right? My ego mind comes in, and it's just like, okay, oh, well, I've been doing good. I think I'm doing good, and then what's happening, right? Then I bring it back to myself, and it's just like I said, I don't know, it was just a question that I had because I heard the guy, and I was like, as a fitness girl, okay, I can relate to what he's saying. It just kind of just took me off guard, and I'm just like, I probably am doing not things how I think I am supposed to be doing them,
No.
or I'm not being, or I'm not.
No. You're just judging who you are based on the external world. And that'll always have you feeling lack. It'll always have you feeling lack. Judging who you are based on what you see, you can't judge reality correctly ever because you can only see such a small amount of reality. We only see 0.0001% of reality. So we're constantly looking out there for our validation, like, oh, if it looks right out there, I must be doing it right. You're always going to be chasing your tail around. It just doesn't work like that. So it's still coming back to that reminder that you are the fulfillment. You are everything that you seek. You are the manifestation. You are the manifestation, right? And with that, all those things can be added to you. So I think that's the simplest way that I can put it. Is that it's coming into the knowing and resting in the awareness that just me knowing that I am source is the manifestation. Just my life is the manifestation. And from that awareness, everything else is tied to it because me being source and me being the manifestation of source means I'm everything that I desire. Now all those things flow to me. Not because I sit around and I can affirm them, I can visualize them, right? But they're already mine from the knowing that I am everything I desire to be. Right? And reality can't, and I'm unconditionally those things, no matter what reality shows me. No matter if it shows up in a day, hell, it has to go beyond logic. So even if it doesn't show up, but it must. It must show up, but even if it didn't, I still have it because I am it, right? It's about getting to that level of knowing, that level of acceptance of who you are. Now those things can actually show up.
So let me ask you this. So let's say, for instance, you're coaching someone that it has, been doing or has been whatever, and they because I always see people saying, oh, well, I've been doing this for, I don't know, amount of years or whatnot, right? And my reality or my 3D is still the same. What would, as a guidance, like, what would you, I guess, because to me, I feel like there's no way you actually are doing things properly for that long a time, right? And nothing has changed.
Well, because it's never that you've been doing it that long. You haven't been doing it that long. you're only doing it right now. But right now you're in the awareness and you're telling the story of, oh, it's been a long time. If you're telling me that it's been 9 months, 6 months, I can guarantee that you've been counting since it was 5 months. You've been counting since it's 4 months. You've been counting since it was 3, 2, 1. So you've always been telling the story in this moment that you don't have it. Like you saying it's been 9 months, I've been doing everything, is all you're really saying when we take away the fancy words is you're saying, I don't have it. And so if you constantly say, I don't have it, reality says you don't. You're right. It just reflects you. It has no choice. So it's that's what it always comes down to, because that's the most common thing. Well, I'm just so tired of reality, 3D reality, right? Demonizing the third dimension like it's something that's holding you back when it's just you. So we think we're talking bad about reality, but we're really talking bad about ourselves because it's just an extension of ourselves. And then saying, oh, it's been this long and I've been doing everything right. Maybe you have, but you continuously look out there for validation of who you are. So much that you're counting the days, like you're marking off days on the calendar until reality confirms to you who you really are, instead of just resting in the knowing of who you are, right? So that's the one thing that I always pull away is stop making it about some timeline and make it about who you're being right now. You can't tell me that you have something or are something, and then in the same breath, the same sentence, be like, but I don't see it out there and it's been X amount of time. Which one are you focused on? Which one is your identity? Is it that external world? Is that your identity? Or are you the identity? You either have things or you don't, right? When we start to make our story confusing and double-minded, well, of course we don't have it because we're being confusion. So we manifest confusion in our life. We're being the person who doesn't have it right now. This is why even scripture will tell you, right? Ask without hidden motive. Well, really before that it says, forget the ask without hidden motive. Before that it says, until now you've asked for nothing. Meaning it doesn't matter what you've been asking for 9 years, 9 months, 9 minutes, 9 seconds. All that matters is your identity right now, right? It's almost as if we rest into the self-concept just to get something. It's like we go from praying to some guy in the sky to give us these things, to worshiping these affirmations, saying them until we're blue in the face to get some things, worshiping the affirmations like they're God, right? And then we start trying not to do stuff and just say that we're God to get things, right? This is the same story that we always talk about with Job, right? Was a righteous man that shunned evil. Does Job fear God for nothing? Are you simply saying that your source for the knowing that you are fulfillment right now and you have everything that you desire? Or are y'all just doing these things to get stuff? Because it's just another technique now. It's the same as sitting around and affirming all day when you're not really it. Right? So you have to accept that you have it. It has to go beyond logic. That focus on yourself has to be, I am the manifestation, therefore I can get what I want. Whenever we make these things conditional, yeah, I'm saying this, but if reality doesn't show me it, then I must not be it. Yeah, I'm saying it, but anything outside of me can sway my mind. Right? I can start thinking, oh, I need more information. What if I'm not doing it right because I don't see these things or this or that? No. You simply have to know that you are. Y'all, you can't even tell me that you know you're doing this, and then somebody out there can just drop a little dime in your ear, and all of a sudden you're like, oh, I must not be doing it right. That's not knowing. That's not knowing at all, y'all. It's been X amount of time. That's not knowing. That's not knowing. That's conditional still. You have to know. You have to make the choice to know that you are everything you desire to be right now. You are the fulfillment, period. You have to put your fulfillment, who you are, above those desires. And that's how those desires show up. Is when you put the focus on you knowing who you are as source. Heavy on it. Heavy on it.
Can we hold hands?
What's up?
I said, can we hold hands?
Yeah, for sure. I should have told y'all before that. All right, everybody sit down, pour up a glass of wine, hold hands, close your eyes. Here we go. Does that make sense though?
Yeah, it does.
Any epiphanies from that? Anything you want to talk about from that?
My mind
there's so
It's
much.
crazy because it's like I feel like you say it, it all clicks in, right? You understand it, but it's just like it's so much. It's so different living the way that I am learning to live now from what I had been used to that you forget. And then like you say it and it reminds me again, but it just I feel like there's so much to it when probably in reality there's not much to it.
There's
But
not.
it's just the conditioning that was before.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Like, yeah, it's so much conditioning, but yeah, this is just a journey of remembering. I can say things in fancy ways and write documents for you, but it's just constantly about you reminding yourself the truth. No, it's already done. I'm already everything I desire. Right? And this is all this journey is. It's not about being more. Right? Anybody that tell you got to be more, you might need to question that, right? It's always about remembering that you are already everything you desire to be.
Yeah, because I can kind of relate where it kind of feels like, oh well, I've been more in the being, so it can be reflected out to me instead of just being in the knowing that that's what I'm being, and it doesn't matter what the 3D is showing me.
Mm-hmm.
Like I haven't really thought about it like that, but right now that you're saying it, I'm like, well, if I'm here questioning that, it's like I'm really not in the knowing as much as I probably think I am.
Right.
If I'm letting my 3D tell me what am I being or what I'm not being.
Yeah. We tend to make it so conditional. Like, we make everything conditional because that's the human experience, is that everything is conditional, right? Your parents tell you this is how you have to be. School tells you this, church tells you this, jobs tell you this, politicians, everybody is always telling you that you have to do this to get something, right? And so even this whole, knowing that you're source, we think, oh, I have to know that I'm source to get something. When no, it's just know that you're source and that's it. That's enough right there. You're not doing it to get something. You're doing it because who you really are. Oh, shit, look at your boy. You know what I'm saying? I look good with that mustache. I hope y'all saw me right there. All right. But thank y'all. So it's going to the knowing that I am source and I am everything I desire to be no matter what right now. It's making that the fulfillment, right? It's making that the absolute perfection.
Yeah, you're right. Well, I just need to sit with it
Mm-hmm.
and go back to what time are we on? How long you been on live for?
Dang, this is my second stream. This one says 38 minutes, but I'm pretty sure I haven't been on here for 38 minutes.
I did on the second one because you had a different setup before, didn't you?
Yeah, I did.
That one was kind of it was a little different.
What you mean different?
I don't know. I don't know. Just the whole setup was different. I don't know.
I liked it because y'all can see the document, right? Y'all didn't like it?
Listen, I gotta say though, I do miss your other view though, big time.
This view?
No, the other view before you moved.
The other view. Oh yeah. Oh hell, girl. Yeah. Yes.
Every time I go
Yes.
inside and I look at your back wall and I'm just like, I miss the other view.
Yeah.
The airplanes every time we would be on live.
Yeah. The lightning storm sometimes. Yeah. For sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
That was beautiful.
It's cool. I'll be back in a spot like that. So right now I'm just I have obligations. You feel me? Got responsibilities.
Should we start manifesting roaches into your apartment? Maybe that way you move out faster?
Nah, y'all's manifestations don't work in my life anyway. So good luck. I'll get up out of there anyway. I'll get up out of there anyway.
Okay, thank you so much, Alex. Like always,
Cool.
appreciate your time,
Thank
your
you.
knowledge.
Thank you. I appreciate you. Peace.
Talk to you later.
Thanks you as well. Ooh wee. All right, y'all. Let me say one thing. Okay, let me say one thing. you are already enough. Okay? Everything that you seek is already what you are. Okay? The guys you're looking for, the money that you are looking for, the SP that you're looking for, the version of them that you are looking for is already you. As you look for the money, okay, the version of you with the money is looking at the money with you, right? Or looking for the money with you. You are everything that you seek. Okay? The miracle in your life is that you are already the manifestation of God. Already. Right now, you are the manifestation of God. You are already the manifestation of the universe, of everything that you desire. The more that you continue to seek for it outside of yourself, you are saying that I am not. You are always either saying I am or I am not. Everything that you seek is what you already are. Rest in that knowing that you are source. Stop trying to be in alignment. Stop trying to be in the right frequency or vibration. You don't even know what that shit means. Frequency, vibration, you're not supposed to know this shit. You are simply the vibration of God. Therefore, you are everything that you desire to be. And the only thing that's keeping you from these things, right? Like Neville says, you are everything that you desire to be. And the only thing that's keeping you from it is what? You refuse to accept that it's already true. You refuse to accept it. Stop trying to be in alignment. Stop trying to be worthy and just know. Just go to the core and know that you are everything that you seek, everything that you desire. Because you are. And from that place, do all the techniques you want. Do all the manifestation techniques you want, right? Do you a love spell in the bathtub, affirm, do whatever, but do it from the knowing that you are already everything that you desire to be. That's striving. You don't have to do that anymore. You don't. Even the striving, trying to be in alignment, trying to be worthy, is you saying what? That I am not. And none of y'all can come up here and explain what a vibration is anyway. You don't have a vibration thermometer shoved up your ass that is measuring your frequency. You don't have that. You're just walking around telling a story. Oh, I just feel bad, so I guess I'm not in alignment. Who told you that? Who told you? Nobody forced you to say that shit. You're just walking around making up this illusion, making it hard for you. I'm not in alignment today because I don't feel good. I've just been wavering all weekend. What does that even mean? Yes, 10 different people. You're going to get 10 different examples of wavering. This is how powerful you are. You are so God. You are so powerful that you can sit around and make up stories about your alignment and frequency and it just shows up. Instead, why don't you start making up stories that actually work for you? Why don't you actually start telling the truth of who you are? You are already everything that you desire to be. That's it. Leave it at that. All that you seek is all that you are. Okay? Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Beautiful, 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 beautiful.
Yo, 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 yo.
What's good? What's good? How you doing, my brother?
I'm doing great. I'm doing great. Especially here. I love it. I love the streams. How you doing?
Oh, bro.
How are you doing today?
Oh, you already know I'm doing well, man. You know I'm actually
Of course
good.
I know. I'm soft, though.
Yeah, bro. I'm never not doing good. And I'm looking at, I had another screen up here just to respond to that comment. I got another screen. I'm streaming to multiple things.
Yeah, on YouTube.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
That's cool, man. That's cool. Yeah, I try to make it quick. You know, it's really so simple, right? It's the principle is simple. You know, and also telling the news story is simple, right? It's simple as fuck. I can say I am this now. It was easy as fuck.
Yeah.
The only thing that we have problems with is the ego, the old self, the little mind, right?
Yeah.
This is the only thing that we have to release and release identification, right?
Yeah.
Like, I love this, I have to say it again, and I will say it every time because I love this analogy with your name, you know? I'm Lucas, but if you call me Christian, I have to accept this, and we have to learn that we can treat our own thoughts like this, right?
Yeah.
Do I have to accept this as true for me, you know?
Yeah.
Even if it's seems logical for your ego mind because of a quote-unquote past or whatever. But you don't have to accept it as your truth,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
It's the only thing that we have to learn like a muscle, right?
Exactly.
Because what's left then? What's left? Even with the I'm worthy, I'm not worthy, you know, you don't have to if I'm worthy. If you release the identification with I'm not worthy, what's left?
Exactly. Exactly. The truth, right? The just you, just pure awareness.
Yeah, man.
The beautiful thing about
So
that
you
even
don't
is
take it.
go ahead.
Yeah, sorry. Go ahead.
So the beautiful
No,
thing
sorry,
about it,
I don't want to interrupt you.
it's a delay, so we about to start interrupting ourselves back and forth, right? But now, that's the beautiful thing is that one of the pitfalls people get into, dude, I've been there, right? Was it's arguing for my limitation from the lens of my past, viewing my past as the only reality, when everything I experienced in the past is just one of infinite things that could have happened. One of infinite realities. So it makes no sense for me to sit around and say, oh, this is how it has to be because this is what I've seen before. I've only seen one perspective out of infinite perspectives, and I can always choose differently. I don't have to be a prisoner to the past, right? Like you said, making the choice is easy, but now, as I make that choice, it's confronting those quote-unquote limiting beliefs. Anything that implies that things can't go this way because of a perceived past, because of what I've heard out there, what I've read in a book, what this person says is the truth, right? I don't have to accept any of that. I don't have to accept my feelings. I don't have to accept my wandering thoughts. I can simply tell the story of who I want to be and choose that.
Yeah, man, I love it. And I loved also one of your, what you say about emotions, right? That we don't have to fear them or run away from them, right?
Yeah.
Of course, don't take it as our truth or create a story about them. Like, now I'm feeling like this, so it means I'm not in alignment or I'm messed up or whatever, right?
Yeah.
And I started to treat them really like, you made this example like a little kid, right? I love this example because so true, you know. Sometimes I do it for fun, you know, because it's cool right now. I talk to myself like a little kid, because little kid is also limited, right? It doesn't have this experience, right? This life experience, so it can't see through this whole life, like our ego.
Yeah.
Like a little kid is limited, so I just talk, hey, I can understand you, right? I feel with you, but this has nothing to do with me.
Yeah.
So I have a compassion for it, but also say it's not my truth, you know. So
Exactly.
and it's cool because then you really learn to disidentify with it, because it's the only thing we have to do, right? To release the limitations. Yeah.
Exactly. That's all we have to do, right? You stop identify, right? Treat yourself with kindness. Sometimes we'll get on this path to try to manifest a person, a thing, right? And we deny ourselves our own empathy. We no longer want to give ourselves love within certain emotions because we fear that emotion is going to pull us away from what we want. When it's really only the belief or the story that it pulls us away from what we want that is the truth, right? But we can easily change that story.
Yeah, we can. Man, as I said, there's only one rule. I am that I am.
Yeah.
It's all about my story, what I tell myself, or what I quote unquote believe to be true or know to be true for myself.
Exactly.
So why not give everything good meaning? Even if it seems bad or feels bad or, I don't know, thinks bad, I thought bad or whatever, right?
Yeah.
We have to freedom to do that so we can exercise it, you know?
Exactly.
Of course, maybe sometimes it feels challenging, but it's not a problem.
Exactly.
You can do it anyway.
Exactly. It's our free will, right? Like you just said, we will do it anyway. We already give whatever meaning we want to everything. We just disguise it under a perceived logic. We just say, oh, because this thing has happened, then all of a sudden that means that, this is going to happen, or this means that. We We're always just sitting around making up stories about everything. That's all your life is. Why not make those stories in your favor?
Yeah, and also the topic about the quote-unquote subconscious mind, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yo, I think this myth of the like subconscious minds only exists because we don't question ourselves, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we telling the story again and again, and that's why it seems to be maybe a quote-unquote subconscious mind, but we never question it in life, right? We take everything as truth that comes in our mind. So guess what? It seems to be that there's something that you have to be programmed, but no, you just didn't question it your whole life, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because you didn't know any better, so it's not a problem. But now you know. It's all about making the unconscious conscious, and then it's not there anymore.
Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah.
Once you make it conscious, that's the healing. That's the healing right there. What do you think about that question right there? About love?
Can from Sheesh,
Yeah.
what is love? In general, okay, it's a great question because we have all our own interpretation, right?
Yeah.
But from the highest perspective, I know the real unconditional love is that we get our stories, right? That we always loved and supported in every moment. So, yeah, that's love. And also, yeah, unconditional love is love without conditions. Because I want to see love as unconditional. So no matter what, I see love, I love it myself, so I don't judge myself when I do something wrong. You know, I treat myself with compassion.
Mm-hmm.
So it's hard to explain it, what is love.
I think you did a good job. I mean, that is the true nature of unconditional love. Like you said, is that you are always supported in everything that you do. This is unconditional love. Unconditional love means there is a source within you. There is God within you. You are walking around as God, and you are unconditionally supported in whatever you decide to be. If you want to be someone that lives in lack, boom, that's fine. You're unconditionally supported in that. If you want to be someone that lives in prosperity, boom, that's fine. You are unconditionally supported in that. We often start attaching love to our human conditioning of it. If I asked most of you about an ex, you would say, I used to love them. But that makes it conditional, right? We talk about loving ourselves and we say, oh, yeah, I don't feel it. I need to do something to feel this love. But that, again, is conditional. When we talk about self-love, we're not talking about you sitting around and taking bubble baths. We're talking about you just knowing yourself as love. You simply are love. You are the source of love. The God within you is the source of love. Therefore, divine and sacred love flow to you as your birthright because you are the source of it. That is what love is. It is knowing yourself as love, not doing things to feel love, right? Doing those things to feel love, that's vanity, right? That's superficial, right? Doing to be is me saying I am not naturally, but you are. You already are love, right? So it's accepting that is what you are. That is who you are. Not doing a bunch of rituals to make yourself feel better, right? You can show up for yourself and you can show yourself that verb of love, but know that you are just love no matter what. The days you can't get out your bed because you don't feel good, you are still pure love. The days you feel like going out and meeting everybody, you are still pure love. The days you eat like shit, you are pure love. The days you don't feel good, you are pure love.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Love is like accepting everything, and love is acceptance.
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah. And then,
And see the beauty of all of it. Maybe it's also a condition right now, but yeah, acceptance.
yeah.
And of course, from a human perspective, it can be a feeling, but the higher thing is what you said, right? That we always supported, accepted with everything.
Yeah.
even God is everything. God plays all roles. So yeah, everything is love and perfect from a higher perspective, right? Even if our ego says no, that's good, that's bad, blah blah blah.
Yeah.
Of course, it's also a great experience, right? Why not have compassion for humans?
Yeah.
Right? It's a great thing.
Yeah, for sure. Now y'all are asking some interesting questions. You can't know the knowing if you don't know the knowing. Well, so you never loved anything before? You ever loved anything before? Right? You know what love is, right? The knowing of love is that something supports you so much that your heart is beating even though you don't think about it. That is love. That something supports you so much that no matter what story you decide to tell about yourself, it is instantly reflected into your life. That is unconditional love. You know what love is. You've loved people before. You've been loved before. Right? So love is in the being without holding judgment. It's beautiful. What if you're so wounded you don't feel you are loved? Well, fortunately, it's not about how we feel. Fortunately, it's just about who we are. Right? Even you saying that you're wounded, no, you're not. You're just pretending to be wounded. You can never be anything but whole because you are source. You're basing who you are right now on your human experience. That human experience is just the human experience that you're having. But that's not who you are. That's just a couple things that you've went through in the past. But you're not wounded. You're absolutely whole, absolutely worthy, absolutely loved, even when you don't feel like it. It's just inherently who you are. Right? What if I don't feel this way because I've been betrayed or whatever? You were never betrayed. You were never unloved anyway. Right? We're just constantly telling a story right now because we're basing our love on what we see out there. Your love is not based on what you've experienced in your life. Your love is simply based on who you are, on your existence is proof of your love. You being able to take a deep breath right now is proof of your love. Your heart beating is proof of your love. Once we stop trying to base ourselves being loved on the external world and saying things like, oh, I've been unloved or I'm wounded because these things showed up in my life. Think about what you're doing right now. If I identify as somebody that's wounded, I am making an affirmation and I'm saying I am wounded. So reality continues to prove to me I'm wounded by giving me more things that show me that. You're basing your worth on the wrong thing. You're basing love on the wrong thing. All right? So when we say I am loved, I'm not saying I am loved by people. I'm going to the truth. I am unconditionally loved and supported by the source that flows through me, by the source that breathes as me, by the source that lives as me, walks as me, talks as me. I'm unconditionally supported in who I am being. So when I take my focus off of the external and I judge myself by the truth of who I am, now reality can follow. But the more that we continue to base it on something outside of us, on these fleeting things, right? Even that, right? You have to love yourself, right? I get it, right? That's such a superficial way of thinking about things. So you mean if I just go on vacations and I take trips and I take a bubble bath and love myself and then I'll all of a sudden be loved? No, you just are loved because you are. Even on the days where you don't feel like love, you just are love. Stop basing your love, your worthiness, your prosperity on what you see outside of you and start basing it on the truth of who you are in your core, because that is all that matters. When you continue to base who you are on the external world, on those things that change, the external world is always changing. Your feelings are always changing. If you base love on how you feel, you're going to be loved today, not loved tomorrow, but you just are love. When you base it on how the world shows up, how the world looks, this is why even Jesus says, judge not by appearance, but judge by righteous judgment. Representing your I am awareness. Jesus representing your I am awareness. Okay? Because you can't possibly perceive the right way because we don't have the perspective to from this third dimensional viewpoint, vantage point. But you are pure love, pure awareness, pure prosperity. You are all that there is. You are God walking around in human form. Judge who you are on the truth of who you are. Don't judge it on the fleeting appearances and feelings. Those things are always going to fade. Of course, we say things like we don't know love because we don't. Well, if you're basing it on a feeling, right now you might not know the feeling. But when you simply base it on the truth of who you are, I am loved because I exist. I am loved because I am. I am prosperity because I simply am. Boom. Now you're telling the truth about who you are.
Yeah, man. And even if you tell stories that you don't want, right? And you get it, that's love, right? You support it, you got it.
Yes. 100%.
Yeah.
100%. Even if you tell a story you don't want, that you're unconditionally supported and unconditionally loved to get it. Absolutely.
Yeah, and that's the paradox, bro. It's really paradox, right? Especially because we talk about love, right? With, I don't know, friends, SP. Oh, SPs that can be also friends, right? But yeah, SPs in a romantic way or friends.
Yeah.
We have this design version the most of the time, and then we choose unconsciously a different version, so we got supported, right?
Yeah.
And then we have the problem to believe that it can be this way again.
Yeah.
Even there's no past, of course, but if we want to use the past, then use it for the positive, right?
Yeah.
Like it was the most of the time it was almost the perfect version already, without doing anything, right?
Yeah.
I can only talk about myself. I got
Yeah.
I got into this whole topic because of SP, and it's the biggest blessing, right? It was the biggest blessing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So crazy how the human ego works, man.
Yeah, for
That's
sure.
true for everything, for the good and the bad. But we're so busy on the bad things. We're so busy to think about the bad things.
100%.
Why it can't be, blah, 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 blah. This whole bullshit.
100%. 100% agree. We tend to focus on those things, right? Instead of focusing on the truth. You're right. You're right. You're right.
Yeah, man, because the ego wants to keep you safe, right?
Yeah.
But that's the wrong safetyness.
Exactly.
Because the unknown is safety. But the ego thing tries to protect you, it's not safe because it holds you back from your true state of being and your desires also.
Yeah.
Right? It wants to keep you back in your comfort zone, in your suffer zone.
Yeah.
To stay safe, right?
Yeah. Safe and routine. Safe and routine.
Yes.
Predictability. Safety is predictability. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah, the predictable is bad.
Yeah.
Not every time, but
Yeah. So book recommendations. Book recommendations. Not edging. Not edging. But book recommendation, I would say I'm a big Neville Goddard fan. Okay, when it comes to reality creation and awareness, I'm a big Neville Goddard fan. Now, of course, I pick and choose from all these people, right? And my philosophy, of course, is there's only one law. It's I am. I am is everything. Everything is God. Everything is pure awareness. And every word that I speak, I'm simply creating law from that one thought, that one being, that one energy, that one power. So you'll kind of rarely find somebody that you agree with 100%, but that's fine, right? Everybody's giving you different perspectives of all that there is. But the truth is that all of these techniques work, whether you do a Neville technique, a Joe Dispenza technique, a Florence Scovel Shinn technique, whatever the case may be, right? The core of all of those is the acceptance of who you are, right? It's the knowing of who you are. So I'll preface that by saying that. I preface my information by saying that. But I'm a huge Neville Goddard fan. Now, if you just want spiritual knowledge without the awareness, I'm always going to say The Secret Teachings of All Ages by Manly P. Hall. Secret Teachings of All Ages by Manly P. Hall. But it's not about reality creation at all. It's just mystical information. It teaches you about religions and things. You can basically look at it like a spiritual encyclopedia. It's something that I reference. Well, I don't really reference it in these discussions because we don't really go down that path. But it's something that I look at, probably at least every 3-4 days, right? And my favorite technique is just being. It's just existing. It's just knowing that I'm God, and then knowing that my desires are already done. So I don't even sit around. I don't affirm. I don't visualize. I don't do any of that anymore. When I do affirm, right, it's more so, okay, because let me make sure I don't visualize for specific things, affirm for specific things. My affirmations are more the knowing of who I am, the reminders of who I am. Like I tell you, in the morning when I work out, I don't listen to music, I affirm. But I affirm the same way that I write these affirmations for y'all, right? The kingdom of heaven is not distant, it is alive within me, and I walk as its expression right now. I don't sit around and affirm for people and money and all those things, because all those things are just a byproduct of me. I just know who I am, right? And then, that book was The Secret Teachings of All Ages by Manly P. Hall. He wrote it before he went into the Masons, right? So it's a spiritual way. It's not like techniques. It's not reality creation. It is like the study of religions over time, the studies of spiritual practices over time, how they relate to each other, and how these things kind of are secular, right? You'll see a bunch of religions that even are similar to Christianity. Christianity is not even the first concept of Christianity, right? Christianity is a recycled form, right? Those concepts like the 12 disciples, concepts like the Son of God, concepts like the Virgin Mary have been around for a long time, right? They didn't start 2,000 years ago. We've been on this repetitive cycle for a long time, a long time. So it's very interesting to see how these things evolve.
And I guess you affirm automatically sometimes, when you recognize that you're telling the undesired story, and then see them how you want to be, then you affirm automatically, right?
Absolutely.
Right? You don't have to put the extra time into it or something like this.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Hooey.
Yeah, I agree. I love Neville Goddard too. I got into this whole topic through Neville Goddard. Yeah. Sometimes I listen to his lectures on YouTube because I love his voice.
Yeah. I listen to him sometimes too. But I've gotten far away from like reality creation content though.
Yeah. Especially when you consume.
Yeah.
I only have 1 or 2 people sometimes, only not to find something, only to remember, and it's cool, right now. Better than, I don't know, to do something critical bad or focus on bad things or whatever.
Yeah.
Better focus on the truth for it's my thing, I guess.
Yeah.
But yeah, I agree. You can, of course, you can read 1,000 books, you can watch 1,000 videos and never apply it. Okay, then cool. Or you can read 1 book and apply it and can be so successful.
Yeah.
Right?
Exactly. It's all about you, right? It's the decision you make. Looking for those techniques and stuff is it's like a, what do I call it? It's a, fuck, what was I gonna say? It's like digging into not a black hole, but I'll just say it's like a hamster wheel, right? You're constantly just searching. What's up?
Rabbit hole?
Yeah, sure. It's repetitive, sure, but it's like, anyways, yeah, it's repetitive. it's meaningless. It's yeah.
Yeah, always it comes always to this one sentence for me. It's not. It doesn't matter what you do. It's not who's doing it.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly.
You know, even you can watch content or read books, but from a different perspective than I don't know a random person that doesn't know this,
Yeah.
doesn't apply it or doesn't know it. No,
Yeah.
right? It's different. But yeah, of course. Don't be a hero of the sweat. Be a doer, right? That's the most important thing.
Precisely. Precisely.
And one last thing I want to talk about, I really thought about it because it's really paradox, right, in this whole community. We always talk about I am awareness, right?
Yeah.
We are I am. It's pure consciousness, pure awareness, and awareness is neutral, right?
Yeah.
Pure neutral. So, and the second thing is, so everything's neutral, right? Everything in life is neutral. We give the meaning, right?
Yeah.
And it's really, if you really think about it, it's so paradox. Because, but then we tend to condition ourselves, right? Again, and we have to identify as pure I am consciousness, that's neutral, and then we condition it, you have to feel it real. You have to
Exactly.
you have to see it vividly or feel it real, be the vibration of it. I don't know. So but when everything is neutral or you identify with pure I am conscious which is neutral, then it doesn't make any sense to say, but we have to feel it real, right?
Exactly. Exactly. Yeah. The whole feeling, like we make so many things conditional. We have to react like this. We have to feel this way. We have to only think this certain way, right? All of those things are conditional, man. Source is unconditional. You're already unconditionally everything you desire to be.
Yeah. And that's not what God said. And you choose to believe it, it's the only reason why you not see it, right?
Mm-hmm.
So accept it. Point. Period. That's it.
Exactly. I appreciate the gift, by the way. I appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, girl. Thank you, goddess. Nah, but you're absolutely right? Yeah, that actually took a little while for me to actually accept from Neville, right? I would just read by it and it would just go in one ear and out the other, right? You are already everything you desire to be. The only thing that is keeping you from seeing it is that you refuse to accept it. I was like, okay, cool. Yeah, I'm trying to accept it. I'm affirming. I'm visual. I'm doing the state of kin sleep. But it's a choice. It's just a choice to accept it, right? I used to think that if I visualized enough, magically one day, the visualization would sink so far in that all of a sudden I'd walk through life with this feeling of knowing that it was showing up. When I could just decide that it was showing up the whole time. We're just constantly waiting for the magic to happen in this affirmation or visualization instead of just simply accepting that it was done.
Yeah, everything is a permission slip.
Yeah.
Right? Now you feel like this, so now you accept it. Now it's easier to accept this.
Yeah.
Right, that you already are, because you saw it, you feel it, felt it, right? But there's nothing wrong with want to feel good or to feel it real. There's nothing wrong with it. The only problem is that you don't accept it anymore when you feel bad. That's the only problem that I have with this, right?
Exactly. And feeling bad is natural, right? Because you're gonna wake up sometimes, you're gonna feel a certain type of way. If you make it conditional, if you make anything conditional on your feelings, it'll be very, very hard, very, very hard to truly get what you want.
Yeah, and I have one last question.
Mm-hmm.
What's your interpretation of the story of investing your 5 talents from scripture?
Oh, I have no idea. We can look it up though.
Yeah.
Is that the? Oh, I think I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I only have the German version in my head right now, so. Yeah. it's like a story. The
Oh,
king gives you
tenants.
5 talents, and if you invest it, you get 10 back. He doubles it for you, you know.
Yeah.
And I guess the one with 5 talents got 10 talents back. One with 3 or 4 got 6 or 8 back. And there was one guy who hid his talent and got nothing, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Oh no, I'm waiting for you to explain it.
Okay, yeah. I don't know really. Okay, yeah. Oh, not. But the last one hides his talent and lost it also. No, King says, okay, you not invest your talent, so it's mine again now, right? No,
Okay.
he stole it back. Oh, yeah. And what's my interpretation of it? I thought at the beginning, I don't know, months ago,
Yeah.
I thought that investing the 5 talents means something like we have 5 outer senses, right?
Mm-hmm.
Smelling, hearing, seeing.
Mm-hmm.
And we have these 5 talents also inside ourselves. We can hear, we can see, we can smell, we can feel every inside, right? We have those 5 senses also within us, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I thought at the beginning that it means if you invest in your inner senses more than your outer senses, like trusting more your inner self,
Yeah.
your choice, right?
Yeah.
That's a secret of life, like quote unquote manifesting.
Okay.
But it doesn't make any sense anymore. Of course, it's great, but the higher truth is you already are it, so you don't need to have these 5 senses. Of course, you can use it. So I'm not sure anymore. But I guess the higher truth that
Go ahead.
focusing on your inner self is always the truth, right?
Yeah.
Everything comes from within, so of course. But the exact interpretation, I don't know.
Do you know what verse it is?
Oh no, it was out of my head. Sorry.
No problem.
The parables of 5 talents, I guess. Right. Let me look.
Okay, let's read it. Matthew 25:14 through 50. This is the parable of the bags of gold.
Yeah.
Okay. I do know this. Let's talk about it. All right. I didn't understand tenants. Let's talk about this. Okay. Let's read this, y'all. The parable of the bags of gold. Again, it will be like a man going on a journey who called his servants and entrusted his wealth to them. To one, he gave 5 bags of gold. To another, 2 bags, and to another 1 bag, each according to his ability. Then he went on his journey. The man who had received 5 bags of gold went at once and put his money to work and gained 5 bags more. So he flipped it, 5 to 10, all right? So also the one with 2 bags of gold gained 2 more. But the man who had received 1 bag went off, dug a hole in the ground, and hid his master's money. After a long time, the master of those servants returned and settled accounts with them. The man who had received 5 bags of gold brought the other 5. Master, he said, you entrusted me with 5 bags of gold. See, I have gained 5 more. His master replied, well done, good and faithful servant. You have been faithful with a few things. I will put you in charge of many things. Come and share your master's happiness. The man with 2 bags of gold also came. Master, he said, you entrusted me with the 2 bags. See, I have gained 2 more. His master replied, well done, good and faithful servant. You have been faithful with a few things. I will put you in charge of many things. Come and share your master's happiness. Then the man who had received 1 bag of gold came. Master, he said, I knew that you are a hard man, harvesting where you have not sown and gathering where you have not scattered seed. So I was afraid and went out and hid your gold in the ground. See, here is what belongs to you. His master replies, "You wicked, lazy servant. So you knew that I harvest where I have not sown and gather where I have not scattered seed? Well, then you should have put my money on deposit with the bankers, so that when I returned, I would have received it back with interest. So take the bag of gold from him and give it to the one who has 10 bags. For whoever has will be given more, and they will have an abundance." Y'all hear that? For whoever has will be given more, and they will have an abundance. Whoever does not have, even what they have will be taken from them. And throw that worthless servant outside into the darkness, where there will be weeping and gnashing of teeth. Do you hear what this is? This is two different consciousnesses, right? The people who multiplied this money, this is prosperity consciousness. All right? I have it, right? I have this desire for prosperity, for more. All right? Whatever I am given, knowing that it's the perfect unfolding. Right? Because the last person, what did he say? That you've been gathering and sowing where you have not scattered seed, right? So he is what? Living in doubt. Living in illusion, right? He received some stuff. He received a vision. And all of a sudden he's in doubt now. He's in fear. I can't do it because all of these things are going wrong. Basing his worth on the external world, right? Where the others, they simply state in the knowing, whatever I give will be multiplied to me. So this one's actually a very simple parable, right? When we go to the end, for whoever has will be given more, and they will have abundance, right? Whenever, okay, you decide that what you are given, whatever is given to you, is enough because you are who you say you are, it will be multiplied in that knowing that you are source. But when you sit here and you do not move because you are frozen by your fear, you are frozen by what the external world looks like, all right? Well, then even what you have is going to be taken away, right? So this is what it means. We could talk about the five being the five senses, but I never interpreted it like that. I've never heard that interpretation. I've never thought like that.
Right, yeah, that's a problem with paraphrasing.
No, I feel you. Because I didn't even know what you were talking about for a second. I was like, 5 tennis, what is that? But I got you. 5 days ago, yeah.
Yeah, I had also the German version in my mind, and I have to translate it on spot, so it was a little bit
I don't know.
crazy, but yeah,
Yeah.
But yeah, it's always the same thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
Especially the one of the last sentences, right? For those who has, more should be given.
Yeah. Whoever does
for
not
those
have.
who doesn't have, even what they have will taken away, something like this, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That goes to that Gospel of Thomas quote, right? It's like, if you bring forth what is within you, what you bring forth will save you. But if you do not bring forth what is within you, what you do not bring forth will destroy you. Right?
And
It's just
it's
all
so
this.
crazy. I don't want to open this box here, but to quickly mention it, it's so crazy that there's so many gospels out there. They're much simpler than the original Bible, right?
Mm-hmm.
Especially the Gnostic one, and especially Gospel of Thomas, right? It's only Jesus saying.
Yeah, Gospel of Thomas is complex.
But the Bible is more like in stories, and Gospel of Thomas is like straight, right? Even you need some interpretation, of course, but it's more direct than the original stories in the Bible, right?
Yeah.
From my point of view.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
It's
Perhaps.
easier.
Perhaps. I don't think that. I think the Gospel of Thomas is like, when I first read it, I was like, what the fuck is this, a riddle? How am I supposed to interpret any of this shit? But scripture is a riddle too, though, for sure. Because even Jesus, right, the personification of Jesus didn't say things straight, right? He'd give you this parable, right? He didn't say anything straight anyway. So yeah, from that perspective, you're right. Like you read the legions of the Gospel of Thomas, and they're straightforward sayings, right? You might have to interpret them like you said, but they're straightforward. Versus if you go into Scripture, it is so mysterious. Everything is mysterious in it, right? You have to really, it meets you at your level of consciousness. Put it like that.
Yeah, I was in a rabbit hole with the Bible, and I don't want to go to this anymore because I was like really researching, and then right with how they call scholarships, right, with mistranslation from the original Bible and blah blah blah. Then you go in a rabbit hole. It's not good anymore.
Yeah.
But yeah, I love the Bible, and that's why I love Having God also because the first 2 books, I guess, was only a Bible translation, right?
Yeah.
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 But yeah, it's cool. And it's so interesting how the ancients already know about this whole stuff, right?
Right. It's interesting how they knew it so well that they could just write it underneath a story like this. Right? They could intertwine this within the scriptures. Pretty interesting. Very, very interesting.
But I guess because every comes out within, right? Even knowledge. Because sometimes you get downloads when you're really still, then you have sometimes more insights.
Yeah.
I guess that's your biggest source, right? Because you're a source.
Yeah, exactly.
So yeah, I guess I'm done for today.
Will do, man. Well, I appreciate you joining as always, man. Thank you.
Likewise, man. Likewise. So yeah, accept that you're already everything you desire to be. Then you're fine. Don't let anything tell you otherwise. No thoughts, no feelings, no outside, and then you're good.
Beautiful. Exactly. Whoa. I appreciate you, bro.
I appreciate you, bro.
You have a good one, man.
You too, man. You too. And everyone.
Damn, my bad, bro. My bad. I didn't mean to cut him off like that. I'm not rude like that, y'all. But I think he was trying to say, and all of y'all have a good one as well. Aren't we perfect in love even when in doubt? Absolutely. You sure are. You sure are loved even when you are in doubt. But hear the fullness of what I'm saying. The fullness of what I'm saying is this. You cannot make doubt your master, right? You cannot say, oh, because I doubt, and now I'm just going to follow that doubt, follow it down wherever it leads me, and I'm just going to continue to tell a story of doubt. That is the issue. Okay? That is the issue right there. It's even in the midst of your doubt, can you remind yourself that you're already everything that you desire to be? Whew. All right, y'all. Love y'all as always. I like this new format. We'll do the one live that is purely the content, and then we'll do one that's kind of more Q&A, and you can join, right? Well, so why did the master take? Hear me. Listen to what I'm saying, all right? Hear me out fully, okay? This is why scripture says, to he who has, okay? Whoever has will be given more, and they will have an abundance. So whoever has what? Has the knowing that they have it. Whoever knows that they are source, whoever knows that they are prosperity, that they are abundance, that they have their SP, whatever you want to say, whoever has that, knows that, will be given more and will have an abundance. Whoever does not have, right? Whoever does not have, even what they have will be taken away from them. So if you do not have that faith, right, that knowing that you are already those things, even what you have will be taken away from you. This is why this person, right, he did not have that faith in what he was. He was judging based on the external circumstances. He was looking around and saying, oh, it doesn't look right, right? He was saying, I knew that you were a hard man, harvesting where you have not sown and gathering where you have not scattered seed. It was trying to judge the external world, right? And say, okay, I see these things out there, that are causing me to doubt, and I'm going to accept them as the truth. Instead of knowing that, no. It doesn't matter what the situation looks like. I am the perfection within the situation. So the situation must be perfect, right? That is why he got his shit stripped. He got his shit stripped because he chose to worship doubt instead of knowing who he was. That's it. You are still perfect in the midst of doubt. But that doesn't mean you just sit there and you make doubt your God. You are so perfect in the midst of doubt that you can tell the story of doubt, and doubt can show up in your life. Or you can feel doubt and say it has no power because the power is within me. I am the source. Therefore, everything is working out perfectly. That's it. Okay, that is it. Ooh-wee. All right, y'all. We got a beautiful day in the market again tomorrow. Got my ass walloped today. But we'll be back again tomorrow. So tomorrow I'll probably do lives in the evening again. Between 7 to 8 maybe. Something like that. Okay? Something like that. Y'all have a beautiful 7 to 8 Central. 7 to 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. Okay? Forget y'all are all over the world, which is so fire. So cool. All right. But y'all have a beautiful, beautiful evening. Until next time, remember you are everything you desire to be. You are everything that you seek. You are absolutely perfect, right? And we shall talk soon.